I've traveled the world visiting ashrams and stayed with families living 4 generations deep under a simple mud roof. I've pondered living in one room on a tiny island off the coast of Kenya, eating fish from the sea and trading books with tourists to keep current. I've spent 20 years of my life writing and speaking on the need for race, class, and gender to factor into all analyses of lasting social change. And yet I am so embedded within capitalism it is almost impossible to think outside of it. Like a fish in water, I struggle to imagine life away from my normal. I think of the communes of the 70s, but I know kids who were molested in those experiments. I think of Sweden, but recently learned of its role in American slavery, so that vision's shot. I think of community gardens, but then I'm reminded of passengers in an airport lounge fighting over just a few sodas during a flight delay. It's human greed and avarice that needs taming. What's capitalism got to do with it? A lot. Capitalism means our lives revolve around producing, selling, and profiting. Some are exploited mercilessly, a tiny percentage thrive beyond our wildest imaginations, and a great lump of us go round and round trying to keep up with the beast. We profit on the misery of others. Think of the suicides at Foxconn, for instance, and me typing here away on my nice Apple Mac. And our own misery is a lucrative property to be bought and sold by others. Think about big pharmaceutical companies churning out antidepressants. So this is what happened to the idealists, those determined to change the world, or at least believe in the possibility. We ran into the intractability of capitalism and our own inability to think far enough outside of the box. I often feel like Allen Ginsberg these days. I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness. In my post-capitalist utopia, the vast potential of the human imagination is restored to its full glory. No longer trapped by the marketplace, we can dream again. Our bodies are not reduced to dollar signs. Our kidneys are not sold on the black market. Our girls are not turned into slave laborers. Prisons are not built as a means to secure contracts and capture cheap labor. Candidates are not bought and owned by corporations, and voters are not so poorly educated that they are manipulated by advertisements designed by very, very mad men. Food is grown and not produced, and my 7-year-old and all his friends know how to plant and harvest kale. Land is distributed equally, water is free for all, health care is a right and not a privilege. We barter a lot. Women are partners, people of color are valid, and the spectrum of love and sexuality is vast. The state is not involved in what I do with my body, unless I plan to hurt someone or myself. Much of this is already possible, which means that my post-capitalist utopia must be built upon a moral and spiritual revolution, a narrative of abundance, of human dignity, and equality for all. A narrative for the common good that is so seductive and so compelling that human beings want to spend more time working to dissipate their greed and fear than they do producing widgets or apps or anything else but love. It is nothing less than a massive awakening of the human potential to be and act better, no matter the political or economic system of the day. My post-capitalist utopia takes as its fundamental premise that there is no reason to wait for a revolution. Like the proverbial kingdom, it is here already, waiting to be seen in each of us.